Hello. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about what you can do before we migrate your site to the new template to help improve the user experience of anyone who visits your site. Over the years, many of the websites associated with the University of Montana have been managed by a succession of staff members who, tend to add new content but not remove out-of-date content. That being the case, it's a good idea to review your site before we migrate to the new template and decide what should stay and what should go before the migration process begins. So to start off, just take an overview of your site and look through all of the information, all the content on there, and make a little list of what's essential, what needs to be there, and what really is out of date, stale content. You can review the information architecture of your site. Does your site have all of the information on it that a target visitor would want? Is it organized in a logical, easy to understand, and easily findable way? When it comes to the content, is all the content on your website relevant and essential? Essential is very important. Will you or your team be able to effectively manage that content and keep it up to date? As a very general rule, we recommend that you consider removing, half of the text on your site. Most sites grow and they occasionally bloat over time, and more content, with more and more content being added, but without out-of-date content being removed. The site migration process is a great opportunity to remove any content that no longer needs to be on your site. This will lead to a much better experience for your site visitors, and it will also make maintaining your site much easier. In terms of navigation, review the navigation of your site. Try to put yourself in the place of the visitor. Will they be able to easily and efficiently get to the information they're looking for? Like, what do people come to your site looking for? Is that prominently featured in your navigation? We recommend having no more than 8 top-level items on your site. If possible, try to condense your menu items to less than 8 by reviewing your site's information architecture and reorganizing the content on your site. So for instance, on the Cascade support site, which we're on now, I've got 7 top-level navigation items. And this is the navigation items of your department navigation, not the maroon navigation up here. That's the university navigation. This is the navigation particular to your own unit or department. So there's a lot of information on this site, and I've managed to get it down to 7. So I think most departments on campus, having 8 or fewer is an achievable, realistic goal. Photography, yeah. So having great imagery can really effectively and instantly tell the story of the university and your department. A couple years ago, we adopted a digital asset management solution called Libris. You can see the photo library now. It's a great repository of images. They're tagged with categories and sometimes people. You just need to request permission to access the photo library. So to do that, talk to Andy Chemist. He's andy.chemist@mso.umt.edu, or you can just call him at extension 4674. It's a great repository. Most of the photos on there are taken by the professional photographers on staff, and they're technically very good, and yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. So now, information, is it correct? Is all the information on your site correct, including contact information, especially like in the footer here, in your unit footer? Is your phone number correct? Is your email correct? Is your office location correct? Just double check that and make sure that's all correct before we migrate. Stories, if you were using stories in the Ponderosa template, they don't exist anymore in the new template, so look through the blocks, the new blocks that we have for the new template, and think of which ones will work as a replacement for your stories. I have a lot of videos on the new blocks, so you can find those then. And last thing is factoids. Come up with 3 factoids. These are 3 kind of bits of information, quantifiable bits of information that you want to feature on your site, kind of brag points about your department or your unit. I'll show you a quick example of those, but before I do, I just want to flag this usability section under support. So we're on the Cascade support site, which is cascade-support. umt.edu cascade-support. That is the general support site for the new template. And in the support section here, you can see there's site migrations, but there's also this usability section. This covers a lot of what I've just been talking about, but often in more detail, and it's just a good written reference. So I really recommend taking a good look at the usability section on the support website and just going through all of these tips here. And so the last thing I promised was factoids. I am going to show you an example of a factoid, which is right here. So these are just things that I came up with. This is a mock or an example. I think it's a department homepage. So something like, the #1 department in the country, how many years of experience your staff has, all that sort of thing. Those can be featured in factoids. Okay, I hope that helps. That should be enough to get you started. And if you have any questions, you can call us. You can call me at 4361, that's my extension, or you can email webhelp@mso.umt.edu. Thank you.